Hello people and welcome to follow the first semi-final of the 2025 World Team Carcassonne Online Championships. Now this is going to be a big day for both teams, both Japan and Ukraine who will be fighting for the first grand final spot. Now Japan of course already notoriously at this point has won 4 times out of the 5 seasons that have ever been organized, whilst the Ukraine is fighting for their first ever grand final spot. Now, I believe thus far the only teams that have ever reached the grand finals across all years are Japan, China, um, Russia slash RCP, and France. I believe that's it. So 4 countries. And well, this year we will be for sure having a new team going on to that platform of receiving at least silver. So either Ukraine or Japan, and then from the second semi-final, Poland or Chile, both of who have never reached grand final. So it's going to be a big day. History is going to be made. And well, this first semi-final is certainly going to be a very, very high caliber stuff. More of that later. Now, we'll set up the mood and welcome to follow Japan-Ukraine semi-finals of the 2025 WTCOC. As you can see, the win percentages for Japan are massive. 100% for every player playing today except for Echitakuto Traps, who has lost, well, who has 50%, win percentage on duels, but has still only lost one duel. And so when you take that into account, Japan with this lineup has lost one duel throughout this entire championship. And Ukraine, not that much worse. They have lost a combined total of 3 duels with the lineup that they are here today. So at the moment, fanalexn with 100% win rate, having won his one and only duel that he has played, and then a Smile with 5 out of 5. All the others, one lost duel. Now, the lineups you can see above me, of course, we have on table 1, we have Shut versus Kirilo Manahov, which is certainly going to be a juicy match, but we will not be focusing on that. What we will be focusing on is going to be the table 2 with Kithara and Alexander Nosik, the most not the most, but actually yeah, the most recent Ukraine representee in the World Championships. So in the 2024, Alexander was the player who repped Ukraine in there, and now currently sitting at around 700 is rating. He's gonna be clashing on to I'd say to a bit more experienced rival Kithara, who is certainly going to be a formidable foe, and I would have to say that Kithara does have a at least a slight advantage over his Ukrainian counterparts. Now, table 3, Takuto will be having a tough time, I assume, against Yevgeny Lepega, who, as earlier, has not yet lost a single duel despite having played 5 duel. And what's even more interesting is really the fact that Yevgen has played 15 games, a full 15 games, so 3 games in each duel, and all of them have ended up 2-1 in favor of Lepeka. So it might be some let's say hot seat, so to say, for traps, even if he would be winning the first game, because the statistics don't lie. Yevgen has a wonderful run being made this year, and certainly he is not going to be looking to lose his massive win streak here. On table 4, Snow Island versus Maxim Basilik, a let's say a Canadian resident, but of course repping his country with honor. Only lost 1 duel out of the 3, so still a chance to rectify and let's say make his win percentages a bit more beautiful. And also, of course, the most important thing is to simply win for the sake of getting Ukraine to the World Championship finals for the first time in its history. And then finally on table 5, Guru versus the I believe still the reigning national champion Sergei Zakharenko. I believe the Ukrainian national championships of 2025 have not yet been organized, so at least for the time being, Sergei will be still um, enjoying his title. But like I said, we will be focusing on table 2 with Kithara and fanalexn, and then if well, let's say if those players have not yet concluded their duel until or before everyone else has, then we will be following other tables as well. But Kithara does like to take his time, so it might very well be that these players are going to be the final ones standing today. What a clash indeed, Joseph, and welcome to the chat as well as Goga. It's going to be a specific treat for everybody watching today. Okay, some I would actually arguably say that it's a bit of a weird move from fanalexn of using the quad city to his own city to prolong it instead of adding it to Kithara's as like instantly when you apply um, or when you add a quad city to your own city, it's going to be so much more difficult to complete. And despite the very nice Dorito that Van Axen was able to get, it still requires 3 tiles, and it still requires like very specific tiles if you want this city to get completed without the option for Kithara to have an attack going on at it at any point. Now standard move from Kithara going, oh what? Oh come on! Not the standard move from Kithara after all. I was about to say that a standard move coming over here and finishing your city from the top, waiting for a tile to go over here as the last tile because of stuff like this. Because now that the meeple of fanalexn has gotten out from the road, he's able to attack the city and not be in a meeple like disadvantage regarding this attack on the city because it's 1-on-1 instead of 2-on-1 waiting for a triple city with the road. Now I think this has to be a very early mistake already from Kithara. Like I do get that he had like 5 more tiles, being the dividers and the Doritos to go here to finish the city more quickly, but the safety should come first. Like you don't do this stuff of going here like so intuitively and so fast just because of this potential happening over here. What has now happened has become reality and has become perhaps the worst situation that Kithara could have hoped for. This is going to be a very dark day for Kithara if this becomes meaningful enough that the whole game is going to depend on it. Now, I don't think it will become that, but it might. These monasteries are going to be helpful, and there is now a road monastery spot for Kithara as well, which of course, can become blocked. So has to be careful about that. But so far, I mean, the fact that he's still having actually a winning mini battle over here versus the 3-point attack over the 7 points city is not really like looking as dangerous. It's just like merely maybe looking uncomfortable situation as of right now. But that uncomfortableness will become a lot better once a resolvement, let's say, is gotten through to this square. Preferably, of course, for Kithara to get a road monastery, but also just a straight road would be fabulous at this point. And now I think a huge mistake from fanalexn, actually. A huge mistake. Not only, well, he does get the 4 points, sure, but he didn't need to go so fast here. Like he has no or he should have no real intention of actually like forcing this connection because of this possible attack from Kithara. A much better move would have been to go just over here, progress your city, and threaten its completion. But now this triple city, what it has done, it has not only allowed the second meeple from Kithara to get into the city, but it has also allowed the possible blocking of this city as well to a dagger. And that's horrible news for fanalexn. Horrible news. like this is way too rushed. I mean, these are just the options and decisions that you have to know whether to do or not in a caliber of this match. And unfortunately, I believe that Alexander has made a terrible, terrible mistake. However, it has not it has not like materialized just yet because Kithara has not yet connected with his second meeple, but he is doing work to get that done, and this is a fantastic move by Kithara. Not only is he making a platform to attack on the potential 8-point city of fanalexn, but also he's at the same time defending this attacking square and making it um, slightly more difficult for Alexander to place any tile over here, or especially a city plus road tile, and it also materializes immediately. So we just saw that Van Alexen was not able to place another meeple and to equalize this city because of this curved move. What he is able to do is clean up some city caps though, and he is still ahead on the scoreboard, which is nice. And Kithara likely gonna be simply starting a new city, I think just over here, or maybe even this one, yeah, on his field. And now finally, Finalexen gets a meeple, a tile that he needs to attack this tremendously lucrative looking city. Now I don't know what he's like thinking so long, but he should be doing this in an instant, and he does. So rectifies his mistake, and oh yeah, because this was the final dagger to fit into this square. That's true, but yeah, that had to be the decision that he had. Okay, arguably a worthwhile to think for a moment. But still, I think that Final Action is making the right move here to negate this threat over here, and simply because this dagger would not be guaranteeing the successful completion of this city for Final Action, because it could still get blocked with any curvy tile or with a crossroad tile, or just attacked by Kithara. So better to just keep this as a ruin and take the damage of it. Meanwhile, both players complete their cities, and Alexander also meeples a 3-point road. Understandable. There's still plenty of crossroads left, so still 3 in the deck. Also, I believe there's still one triple city with a road, and maybe even a road monastery. So plenty of road ends for fanalexn still. There's also this very peculiar road of Kithara, which is gonna be potentially blocked at any point because all of these daggers are gone. So any curve will be able to block this road. Well, not any curve anymore, as Kithara defends the road indirectly, and at some point to the monastery also prepares a road monastery completion to his previous monastery, which is nice. Final action simply adds a 1 point to his road, trying to get a curve plus a straight road combo to make a 6-point loop and to get this meeple back, even without the investment of a road end. We could go over here. That would also be a full block, and I would highly suggest that you go now. This 1 point is not worth the way better potential that it had to block this meeple of Kithara, because there's no one, there's two, there's three, there's four starting tiles gone. It would be a full block, and this city cannot be completed. Let's remember that this city cannot be completed ever. It it only, the only thing that this does, it adds 1 point, and maybe it allows couple extra points being added to the city with a extender or with a Dorito of some sort. It's not worth to go here for a couple extra points as opposed to full block, because what could happen now is Kithara could easily get a road monastery or just a crossroad with a field and go over here, get his people back, get some extra points for the monastery, and be in a 4-2 meeple majority. And that's horrible for fanalexn, given that his features on the board are not like that huge. There's a 9-point field of Kithara plus this 3-point road, so that's 12 points versus versus 7 plus 6 plus 5, so plus 6 points for fanalexn for the features on the board, minus a meeple, and he should really make sure that it stays like that for 6 points or more for one extra meeple, and this meeple is still recoverable, but it won't be really for long because Kithara is gonna go for either an attack or an obstruction of this road and decides to do the attack, which does make sense, though there are still two rodents to fit into this square and even also, of course, some city caps. Which fanalexn does get immediately. Now Kithara can either go over here and save his road, or to go over here and to obstruct the city of Alexander just a little bit, and he decides to go for the blocking route. Doesn't really seem to care all too much at all about this meeple. I have to say, kind of a weak move there by fanalexn, maybe. Um, so he is restricting the road of Kithara, but there are still plenty of times to go there now. There are like still two daggers, and I believe there are also road Doritos. One, two, three. There's also one road Dorito. So yeah, not at all a bad field people. Still two daggers to go here to enlarge the field to 9 points. Now, notably, there are no city caps to fit over here. All daggers are gone, all starting tiles are gone, and now all city crossroads are gone. So this city is very, very unlikely to be ever finished. Even more so now. A bit surprised that fanalexn does not go for this though. It could be very good just to end the road and take a monastery, then start using some slightly worse tiles to add maybe 1 pointers here and maybe here, take 3 points with a crossroad, something like that, and to get an extra point for the monastery. But he decides to just take away the 3 points. Actually, the more I think about this, the more I dislike this move, because this is essentially a 0-point move. It takes away one 3-point road um, that could be taken with a field crossroad, but the same field crossroads can also be used over here for Kithara to obstruct the road of fanalexn, and also here just to take a meeple back. So Kithara was like never going to take this road in the first place anyway. So why would you bother taking these 3 points is beyond my understanding. but the points are taken. Now, another straight road for Kithara, and finally progresses his road. And as Alexander, we kind of want to attack the field over here, right? Because we do want some insurance in case Kithara gets this dagger. We want to be at least on one of those on one of these 9-point fields, or we can do this. We can also start a 6-point field of our own. The daggers we have to go over here, and we might actually even have stuff over here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we do have 2 vanillas and a divider. Actually, really good move by Alexander here. Has a tremendous potential. But the thing is, Kithara now gets the max value out of the dagger with no risk of having to share this field. This is essentially a 4, 7, 8 point move and a meeple back. So that's pretty good. Also now has the meeple majority. A lot of city caps are remaining. So there is a divider. There are 2 vanillas. There is a dagger. There are 2 field crossroads. There's a very limited number of tiles that are not quick point tiles, and that is tremendous news actually for the player who is currently um, losing, and I believe that is fanalexn at the moment. However, Kithara should be highly considering attacking this field over here, because it's going to be at least 9 points, almost dead certain. It's going to be a worthwhile feature to attack to, but he would be needing field plus field tiles to both directions to get a connection on this field. And that might be something that is a bit difficult to do if you don't want to use those same quick point tiles to make that connection, but he does. And actually, I don't think it's going to be such a big thing for Kithara, because he is the player in the lead, or should be. Kithara actually just getting the worst tiles out of the deck, considering the amount of tiles that there are as quick point tiles. The Road Dorito, the Curve, like these are these are the more useless tiles remaining in the deck. The more rare, rather, useless tiles that are remaining in the deck. Well, maybe not useless, because good players always find some use, but uh, still, it should not be a issue for Kithara, because he is the player in the lead and does find a good use for the tile. So at least 3 city caps to go into this square, maybe even more, though I doubt. But 2 daggers, two vanillas and a divider, and he does find a city cap immediately. fanalexn attacks the 12-point field, gets a dagger, so no connection just yet, and this connection is now fully blockable with the one remaining dagger at least, the one remaining vanilla, because there are no monasteries left either. Maybe even with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is blockable. It is fully blockable with this crossroad, but it would be sacrificing 5 points, and I don't think Kithara will be doing that. I think Kithara will be taking these 5 points, because then what happens is maybe fanalexn gets a connection, but he has to do that with a city cap, and the city cap that is not used for making a point scoring move over here for 10 points, because this move will always come with a meeple on the field, because it gives a meeple back for fanalexn. It's actually technically only a 2 point move. So really, Kithara is getting 3 points here. Even if fanalexn would be using a a tile over here to connect, it's not worth to block. I would have to say it's not worth to block. But he does go for the block anyways. And I don't like it. fanalexn does get a fantastic tile, gets his 10 pointers. And now there is a divider and there is something else in the deck. And I want to say it's like a big city tile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is. It is a triple city with a road. And fanalexn also gets the only connection tile remaining to this square, so he will also be keeping this 12-point field, which is massive. And now just a 4-point move gonna be made for fanalexn. And well, his field play ended up just doing fabulously. He's going to be keeping this 12-point field, having a 9-point field. They're going to be equalizing this field and this field. 3 extra points for Kithara over here, plus 8, plus 12, and it's not going to be able to catch up with the point lead for fanalexn, and that is tremendous news for the player in red. And fanalexn will be taking down this first game with a nice lead. Also finds, well, a more niche 4-point move. Could have also done it over here, but this is a bit more pretty. So getting points on like 2 features basically. So the first game ending up in Ukrainian win on table 2. And now we'll see how well is Kithara gonna be able to mount the pressure, or deal with the pressure rather. Also look at the time difference, 15 seconds for Kithara, and Alexander still with over 6.5 minutes. So no time pressure at all for the Ukrainian. A bit of a different story for Kithara. And we will actually be also updating the scores of the others, as I feel like some other tables have also finished. So let's have a bit of a situation. Aha, they have indeed finished. Well, not quite finished, but the first games have finished. So we have 0-0s on, well, all around. And so far, actually, looking in favor of Ukraine, which is pretty big news. Ukraine leading on 3 tables so far. But we are far away from the win for either side. fanalexn just discarding a triple city with a field, which does actually that no sorry that was Kithara discarding a triple city with a field. Uh, Kind of makes sense. Yeah, I mean it's sort of uncomfortable to add it to your own city, and there was no good spots to start a second city from, not with this tile. So a bit of a rare discard of a tile at such an early stage. Usually you do want to have like open features all over. Doesn't really matter uh, like how vulnerable they are at the beginning, but some players like Kithara, for instance, right now are a bit more conservative regarding their opening features. Interesting decision from Kithara. Doesn't go for any kind of blocking attacks here. Just goes for a new city like this. Preferably, yeah. I can understand this because had Kithara gone for this and blocked to a starting tile, then he could have a bit of a difficult time with the two close meeples together. So like kind of both meeples affect on each other. So if you go over here, you create a platform against this city, and if you go over here, you create a blocking platform against this one. Wonderful tile for fanalexn, gets to save his feature and gets to also attack this teeny tiny road of Kithara. Still all three daggers remaining in this square, and should be no issue at all to drop a 1-point meeple. First of the juicy monasteries come to fanalexn. Gets to meeple a 6-point nice feature. Also gets to control this road now a bit more. So it's unlikely that Kithara will be meepling it. Maybe we go here with a road end and then we not even pre-meeple this road, but we just prepare a 5-point road for us in the future whenever, well, let's say if and most likely when we get one of the daggers, because we have still all three remaining in the deck, and so it is an 87.5% chance that we actually get at least one of them during the game. However, I take my words back, as Kithara does take this road, despite having to add a point to the city of Alexander. And a move which I don't really actually like that much from fanalexn is that he takes away this beautiful monastery spot from himself and gets blocked immediately. That was a terrible sequence, and I would also have to say that it was quite poor decision making from the Ukrainian. Um, Not only taking away this very juicy monastery spot for really no reason, for 1 extra point, but like it could be fine still if this square was not immediately blockable, but it is, and it was, and it got blocked. So I mean, it still scores 8 points, which is nice, and technically we could still get a divider to go over here. Oh, this is, ah, come on, come on! You had a chance to turn it to the left. This is blocked meeple. It's a blocked spot. Just drag this road guy with you. Drag the road guy with you to the down under. Oh, what are you doing, Alexander? What are you doing? He's like trying to restrict the road, but he's trying to restrict it. He's trying to restrict it in a very bad way, in the worst way. There was two ways to do that, and he decided to go with the worst one. Like, you either go here and you make it slight, and you like take away some tiles that go here, or you just go here and you get like potentially 3 more points to the road, sure, but you block the road entirely. And a blocked road for 3 extra points is a much better option for red than it is to create some uncertain blocking over here, which still requires, by the way, multiple tiles to actually make anything here possible, because there are still daggers to go over here, there are still starting tiles to go over here. Like, this road cannot be blocked with less than 4 tiles. It's terrible news for red. It's overall a really bad move for fanalexn. Really bad move. But he's leading on the scoreboard, sure. So he has to have some faith on that. Do we meeple this? We kind of could. We kind of could, I guess. Like, we are still at 4 meeples. It would be tied with this. Decides not to do that though, and looks to be going rather for the obstruction of this monastery, which is like far from posing any sort of threat. And I also, if you want to go here to restrict the road, just why not just continue with that same idea? Like, I'm asking because I really don't understand really the uh, the decision making of the Ukrainian here. It's interesting, but not in a good way. City cap for Kithara. Do you start a new city? Maybe over here. Directed to the right. Start a city. Maybe you go just over here. Maybe you really push for the completion, although I doubt it. Because then it just more likely gets blocked even more. Like, I would honestly rather, as black, just wait for a city cap or really any city tile with a road, and then do nothing to this city before that. Maybe we go here and maybe we just, start a field. Not the worst option, Or we go over here, we start a field. Because it's for damn sure that whenever a dagger lands on fanalexn's hand, he will go with the farmer. Because this is just a 6-point field with a lot of green squares. And it can also expand over on the south side with another road monastery. So it should be an instant farmer from red whenever a dagger is drawn, unless we go here now and we take away that plan, right? Kithara says no, though. Start a city from a spot that creates no field whatsoever. Well, okay, arguably still a road monastery spot, but you can't really ever fully block all road monasteries from creating fields. It's just not a feasible and reliable tactic to use. +5 for Alexander. These are equal. +4, +8, +5, 11, +10, and a meeple more. So at the moment, actually looking really good for fanalexn. Does he really go for the stacking of the monasteries? Goes for the field. But it's only a 6-point field, though. I have to doubt that it would really be like actually that important to invest your second to last meeple on a 6-point field. Now you can get a meeple back from here very easily, but still though, It's a 6-point field. Like there's gonna be a 6-point field like over here. Like you could even pre-meeple that. Okay, this does add a point to the monastery, which is understandable, but like still a 6-point field. It's not that great, you know. And we still have 30 tiles remaining. Like, do you really want to be having some meeple problems so early? Also, the road monastery does come, and it also comes for Alexander, and it is a 7-pointer. And now, surely, this is not going to be blocked to a dagger again. I mean, it could, because it would be the same dagger over here to both places, so it is possible. It could still get trapped, but it's unlikely. But this is trying to make that happen because it gives, you know, a free city cap. But if you take the city cap as red, then you are going to be very swiftly going to experience a block on your monastery. So now, I mean, Alexander is now debating between this move, taking just a 5-point road, or this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Um, yeah, I'd say I would do this as well, because there are only four rodents available in the deck. However, unfortunately for Alexander, a rodent immediately gets to the hand of Kithara and takes 6 points. And what's more to that is this monastery is not even blockable. There are still 2 daggers to fit into this square. So what do we do with the starting tile then? We could maybe just go over here, start a city, you know, because this is the final remaining starting tile. So we could maybe block this city to a starting tile. Maybe that's something. Also, like we are definitely still in the lead, or we should be. But we just go here, which I'm not as much of a fan of, because it doesn't really achieve much. Like it like tries to block this road, maybe to a dagger, I suppose, or maybe just even to a curve, and then maybe gets directed over here. But no, it's kind of an abysmal value, because we still need to get the dagger here first before the block of the road even becomes like an actual like let's say profitable option, because otherwise we're just going to be sharing features with 3 to 3, and it's just like not benefiting anyone. 4 points in the lead, 5 points, 6 points, 3 points, and actually dead equal as of right now, with equal meeples too. Interestingly, Kithara doesn't care about the city. He's not looking to complete this, not looking to go with a dagger over here, complete this with a city cap after, but decides to go for the completion of the monastery rather. Alexander gets the points for the vacant city cap, and ask Kithara, do we now go here? No, I mean, I doubt we can. Like, surely we can't go doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it looks like Kithara is waiting for Doritos to go over here. Looking for Doritos. because there are still 6 of them remaining in the deck. Sorry, 5, but still plenty enough to wait for the Dorito patterns. Also, the dividers are still out there, so could still even use a divider over here first, and then go over here with a road Dorito to finish off this, and then maybe even drop a farmer here, potentially. I assume we are going to be taking points here. Or maybe even go here? Maybe? Because this is the second to last crossroad. And if Alexander finds a dagger, we might be having a bit of trouble with the road because it's not that easy to complete, simply because there are no, well, almost no rodents available any longer. But Kithara doesn't care about that. He, well, if the dagger hits, it hits. Then at least Kithara will have a 6-point road, which still can be grown. We could go here with the divider, but this is a much better option, just securing more points. We can keep waiting for road Dorito first, like as long as possible, because there are still a lot of Doritos remaining in the deck. So we can definitely afford just waiting. So we just go here, we take the 4 points, and we smile. Also, Alexander was able to block the monastery, so this dagger didn't really pay off. But at least it did force out 2 moves from fanalexn to block the monastery. This is I don't really like that. Oh, a farmer already. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Really early farmer. Now the question is, do we go over here or do we go over here? Because this one blocks the field entry from the right side, but this one, well, kind of blocks the field entry from the upper side in case Kithara draws a road Dorito, but it also poses the immediate threat of blocking this city. And this might pay off, though Kithara is gonna go here, isn't he? There are still actually, well, only one triple city remaining, and even that comes with a triple city with a road. Does it? Yes, it does. And maybe there are extenders. Well, there are extenders, which is not good for Kithara. There are also more tube dividers. Still 2 of them remaining. So actually going over here is not even that great. But he does do it anyways. And immediately gets blocked. So now we have really spicy stuff going on with this guy over here. And like Kithara really has to make it work. Like we really gotta go like over here or over here. Either one. But we have to make this meeple work. We gotta make it work because we are not getting anything back. Wow. We are not getting anything back and we are gonna get blocked. We are gonna get instantly blocked we are gonna get obliterated with our meeple over here. Anything else but this for Alexander, and it's a tremendous blunder. He does not make a tremendous blunder. He makes the right move. And now it's a horrible, a horrendous, a tragedis, how would I say it? A tragedious situation. That's not even a word, but I just made up one because it sounded fine. So Now Kithara is in real trouble. With one meeple, not getting back, 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 and not getting back, very likely. 12 tiles remaining, and he is down in points. +6, +7, +6, +6 still, +3 equal -1 for fanalexn, but with a very easily recovered meeple, a meeple extra in his hand already. This is like very difficult to lose for Alexander. It's very difficult to lose. All he has to do is like just get this meeple out, go over here just for 6 point field, and that's pretty much all you have to really do to secure the win. Because it's incredibly difficult for Kithara to get any more points without like, just continuous quick point tiles, which there are not that many remaining. Like there is one crossroad, and the others are like city caps. Okay, he can get city caps, sure, but then they won't be enough because, well, in all likelihood, they won't be enough because fanalexn will be finishing this city over here at the top. He'll be taking a 6 point field, which I think he could have even taken over here already, or maybe just go over here and clean up the city cap. 1, 2, yeah, this is also fine. This is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 3 city caps remaining. That's not that good. If you would have 2 open cities, which is why Alexander did not meeple another city. Also, he needs the city cap here anyway already. So needs a cap here, a cap here. So yeah, arguably could have actually been a really bad move if he would have taken just another city, which is good. This is why you gotta take my commentary with a bit of salt, because it's different when you're playing yourself and when you are focusing on commentary. Okay, just a deletion move, so to say. A deletion move. We take away points. This is the only thing we have to do as fanalexn, no? Especially after this and this. Because now I think we are +5. We are +5. The only thing we have to do is take away scoring opportunities from Kithara. Just take them away. This is the way to go. This is fantastic news for Ukraine. Kithara, how do you score points? I mean, here's an option. Just make a 4 point road. Or take this. This is also doable. I mean, at least it takes away the field from fanalexn, but with the city cap and maybe even with a farmer, who knows? It should be sealed. I don't think there's a way to come back for Kithara anymore. Like, he can kind of get a meeple back, but like it doesn't really help because he would be giving 3 extra points for fanalexn and giving away points when you are behind on this, when you are behind and you have less meeples and there's only like what 2 tiles remaining, 3 tiles remaining, is not really a winning option. So goes over there. Kithara takes 3 points, and yeah, I mean, at this stage, fanalexn has won the game. Now, just about maximizing the points, so taking 4 points over here, I reckon. I mean, if he goes here, it's just unnecessary extra. I'm not even sure if this can be completed. Though it might be still possible. I think there is still a tube divider remaining. So if he wants to go out, so like if he wants to finish with style, he could try. He could try. But again, not necessary. Just 4 points, I think it should be better. Because in this situation, you really don't want to like play the hero and risk miscounting points. But fanalexn does go for that, even though he didn't need to. And now he better pray that he didn't miscount stuff, because if he loses because of this move, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, no, he didn't see that Kithara had the field already. But I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. I think the point should still be enough though. It's 3 points instead of like what 7 that he could have taken. So minus 4 points. Also, judging by the chat, it should be a win for Alexander, but he was like close to. I'm not sure if he was purposely purposely doing this small point stuff, or if he was just like trying to fool around. But maybe you should just play it safe and not take like any kind of risks whatsoever. Just maximize your points when you are in that position. But okay, that's second point for Alexander Nosik, and that's the first match point for Ukraine. And let's see. Ho, 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 ho. We have news for you. We have situation is 2 and 2, and we have a decider on table 5 between YguruguruY and Sergei Zakharenko. So it is just the feast that we were looking for. It is just the feast. Boy, this is huge. One decisive game for the 2025 WTCOC Grand Final spots, and the losing team will go to the bronze medal match. Now, again, I'm gonna emphasize this is the first. I think even the first possibility ever for Ukraine to get to the grand finals, whereas Japan is trying to get their 5th title in 6 years. And it's currently looking, well, how's it looking actually? It's looking actually pretty good, I would say, for blue here. So equal blocked features over here. We have a couple monasteries for Guru. Then we have a shared field, shared whenever a starting tile hits with a 6-point road. Then we have a winning mini battle over here also for Guru, and then we have a potential 12-point city for Zaharik. This is quite intense. Also, 4-point lead for Zaharik on the scoreboard, and an extra meeple temporarily. But he really does need to finish this city, because that plus the scoreboard lead is going to essentially like take out the monasteries that Guru has, and then it's pretty much an even game. There's gonna be a attack, well, a second attack made over here for either player really. I mean, zaharik is gonna go just over here, just take a 6-point road, or go over here and add a second farmer. Either one, which I think is fine, or he goes gonna go over here and protect his city, which I mean it does make sense, but yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Um, I was a bit hesitant of that because of this city cap over here, because Guru is now needing the same city cap over here as he would be needing to make the attack, but sure. Okay, we have again some options. We could just go here, like from this route as well. We can still take the 6-point road. There are still plenty of tiles to go. There are 3 crossroads, all daggers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 curves. Plenty of tiles to finish the road. Or we can go over here and we can connect and then like kind of really bank on this one of the 2 remaining starting tiles and try to secure the field for all to ourselves. That's an option as well. This block here isn't really gonna be that important to care about because there are still all 3 daggers and there is still a vanilla and there are still 2 dividers, so doesn't really matter how it gets blocked. Well, maybe if it gets blocked to a city field city tile, then it's gonna be a bit of an issue because there is still only there's only 1 tube divider, no extenders, and well there are triple cities though. So actually any sort of restriction or block is not really a huge handicap in itself. And Guru also just immediately goes for the simplification route, so to say, of going for also for the second meeple. Now we could go. I mean, we again have a straight road. We could still go here for the 6-point road. Not a bad move. We decide not to. But I'm actually not sure, like, where do we need meeples to? Monasteries? I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know where do we need meeples to? Like, why is this road not getting taken? Like we really don't need meeples for really anything. Okay, zaharik, what do we do? We did get restricted, so that's a bummer. But still, all 3 daggers remaining to the squares, so no panic yet. Still a good chance we're getting that out if Guru doesn't go or doesn't follow through with more blocking. We could I don't know, start a new field. Go over here. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is courageous and works like a charm immediately. 1, 2, 3, 4. One field Dorito to go here. Also 1 divider. Guru doesn't even really care about getting his meeple out because it's not in a imminent danger. There are still daggers to go here. There are still curves to go here. There is still a road monastery to go here. There are still all kinds of tiles. Do we go for the attack as Guru? Oh, nah, I think we just go for this, don't we? Surely. Because like this is just such a juicy tile. 6 points. Meeple back, yeah. Yeah, we gotta go for that. And now we can actually also, more, let's say, pressure-free attack on this city. The second divider for zaharik. And now when the scoreboard lead starts to mount up, it's really imperative that we maintain the lead on this city and that we get this completed. Guru goes, well, does go for the attack, does also meeple it. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 Doritos and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 triple city, so 4 connection tiles. So it is completely blockable, at least with the triple city. And this could really backfire bad on Guru. But he is 15 points ahead on the scoreboard though. And he has this easy monastery to get back. So plus 23, 24, 19. Another dagger lands in Guru's hand. In the meanwhile, zaharik going for the block of this secondary meeple of Guru. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still 2 crossroads remaining. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can limit the connection to 1 tile. We can save our city, which is what zaharik decides to do. Wow, what a thriller. A dagger for zaharik. Not the right kind of dagger, but still we get 6 points though. That's something. Now, unfortunately though, with the restriction of this second meeple, we are also giving away 3 points and giving, well, potentially even 7 points. Oh, come on, man. Like, oh, that's an 11-point sacrifice, and maybe even more because this is still not a complete block. Oh, oh. Ouch. That, I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like this is a losing move in so many cases. Like this, like I could be like more gentle about this if there were dividers remaining, and this move would be made with a city cap with a field, leaving 1 tile over here. Then it would make sense more. But now we gotta score, man. We really have to score. Ah. And we also have to draw the 2 remaining crossroads as well. And we have to draw this. There is just so much stuff that we have to draw, and the odds are so abysmally low of us drawing everything we need that our winning chances have gone kinda like poof to being almost nothing. Plus 30 for Guru. Oh, this really hurts. Plus 30, plus 25, 20, 26, 20, 15, 11, 17, plus 1 if we keep this, keep the field. So what we really have to get is quick point tiles, and most likely this. Then also the second crossroad as well to prevent this one, because we really don't want to invest our meeple to attack the field, because not only would that third meeple uh, be like a way for us to not be able to score quick points, but always when you are attacking to the field with no meeples in hand, you cannot score points when you are making those field moves. So you drop a farmer, not making points. You connect, not making points. Because well, actually, the situation is kind of different here, because if Guru successfully connects, then and we connect with the third farmer, then it's like 6 points away from Guru. So I guess it does kind of work, but still, we just need so much here. Going for a road monastery plan, and I mean also gets it, but does get blocked first. However, that's not a problem for Guru, because he's in the lead and he's scoring points, and we are getting really bad tiles. We have to get the crossroad still. We have to still get this, unless I'm mistaken, and there are no road Doritos. 1, 2, 3, 4. But there is still one road Dorito though. There is still one road Dorito, which we do gladfully get. But now we have to get these ones too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, still 2 crossroads. What are you gonna do though? Because this is a horrendous situation. Zaharik has 3 tiles left, so 2 of them have to be like the crossroads, and then this dagger. Or we I'm not even sure if it's like enough if we get if Guru gets the crossroad, then we get another crossroad, and then we use the 2 final tiles that we have to then reconnect to the field. That might be enough, but we have to get like the quick points first, and that is really bad. Guru does get a useful tile. 1, 2 also protects this. Oh, and gets the perfect tile. Protects this connection to the 2 remaining crossroads. Zaharik. I mean, actually, Zaharik can go here. But, because he would have to drop a meeple, though. He would have to drop a meeple. Well, actually, maybe not. Maybe if we go over. Oh, no. But this is unwinnable, though. It's unwinnable. Because we only have 2 tiles left. And Guru is either gonna get the dagger, which is worth 6 points, or he's gonna get the crossroad, and we can't score points unless we go here and get the other crossroad. And oh, no, this is like winning. This is winning for Japan in like 100% of the scenarios. There's like no winning scenario for Ukraine here. Oh no. Oh no. It's a uh, plus 37 for Guru, plus 43, plus 46, 41, 40, 36, 30, 27, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 9 already, and we don't even have a scoring tile. Yeah, Guru isn't even going to go here now. He's not going to take points. Like he just takes points, and now it doesn't. Well, actually, it still matters if Zaharik gets this or not. But if Guru gets even the other one, it's just going to be an absolute demolishment of Zaharik in this third game. Like whatever we do as Guru, we do not go here yet. We just take points. Yeah, I think this is by far the best move. And we do finally get the dagger and the moment of truth. Does Guru get the crossroad? And he does even get the crossroad. And oh man, even the mighty Ukraine is not able to prevent Japan from getting to the grand finals yet again. Yet again. Like Ukraine, who at this beginning of this season had, I believe, the highest average rating, the highest average ELO rating amongst their entire team compared to any other, made it to the semifinals, but still, the almighty, the ever mighty, the stone and brick wall of Japan still prevails. It is yet again, an unprecedented amount of talent from Japan. Every year, man. Every year. Except for one, on which they made it to, I believe, the quarterfinals. But every single other year, grand finals, grand finals, grand finals, grand finals, and grand finals in 2025 now for Japan. This is really just unbelievable stuff. How do they do it? How do they do it? I don't know. I don't know. Dedication? Team practice? Just practice? I don't know what the secret is, but my god, that Japan is doing it well. Every year. They cannot be stopped. They just can't. And I mean, look at. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, let's first do first things first. Let's do the points on the board. So 3 and 2. But look at this playoff that Japan went through. I can't even like there isn't even an almost any other like more tougher of a playoff for Japan than what they had to go through. First against Thailand, who was undoubtedly actually a a massive, I would even say like kind of a black horse for this season, but they did fantastically. Finished second in their group, just below Ukraine in the death group. Then had to go through RCP, like a I don't know a billion times silver medalist in like every competition, and then through Ukraine, which is like, and I would say like one of the like definitely one of the toughest teams of the entire season, and still no one, no one being able to stop them. Everyone, also actually Japan Thailand 3-2, RCP Japan 2-3, and Japan Ukraine 3-2. Every single time they prevail in the most crucial duels in the deciders, and yeah, it's just astonishing, really. It's just astonishing. Every year, every year, they are in the finals. Well, that deserves a round of applause for Japan. Also, a small round of applause for Ukraine, who made it this far to the semi-finals, and unfortunately, it is still not the time for Ukraine to get to the ultimate prestige final match, being the grand finals. So there's still more work to do in the upcoming years. Now, what we are going to start being excited for is the second semi-final, though, for today, and that of course being the Poland-Chile. Oh, sorry, not today, not today, but tomorrow. Um, Tomorrow, the second semi-final between Poland and Chile. Uh, for both, this grand final spot would be the first of its kind, and it would be and it will be historical, um, as said earlier in the beginning of the stream, in a sense that it will be one more team added to the let's say the stack of teams who have then ever reached the grand finals of the World Team Carcassonne Online Championships. So big day coming tomorrow as well, for sure. And a big day was today as well. Once again, congratulations to Team Japan for prevailing yet again. Certainly not giving any sort of foreshadowing or aftershadowing for your players who are working day and night to make these things happen. That's where we'll be wrapping up this stream. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking all the way until the end. And if you do enjoy this type of Carcassonne content, then there's an easy way to support the channel by subscribing or by simply liking the stream. I'll be seeing you tomorrow at 1600 UTC. Well, 1550 UTC. We'll be starting the stream between Poland and Chile for the second grand final spot for the 2025 WTCOC. Bye for now.